What do these documents reveal about Epstein's financial structure? I was talking to a journalist for a former journalist for the Village Voice the other day, and he said that the Village Voice did an article about Epstein in 1993. It was very, very early because he was being rumored as the next owner of the Village Voice. And so this reporter tried to do a deep dive into the nature of Epstein's wealth, right? And could find literally nothing. And so they just decided to describe him as mysterious money man Jeffrey Epstein. Do these documents tell us anything new about the origins of Epstein's money, offshore accounts, shell companies, his relationship with Les Wexner? Is there anything that's new?
We knew that Les Wexner gave Jeffrey Epstein power of attorney in 1991.
Yeah.
And that launched Jeffrey Epstein, although he had been selling arms prior to that.
Arms?
And I think he had been an arms dealer. And actually, he was pulling off arms deals up until relatively recently with the Ehud Barak of Israel.
Good
so
Lord.
He was getting money. Initially, he was working with Douglas Lees, who was a British arms dealer and a big-time British arms dealer. He put together the biggest arms deal that's ever been put together by the UK. And he had Tony Blair fly to Saudi Arabia to make sure that it was on the right path. And actually, there were a number of really high-ranking British people in on that deal. But Epstein had split from him before that, but that's the kind of pull that this guy had. He had pull within, I believe, MI6 and also within American intelligence. And he was selling arms to Iran when Iran was having that war with Iraq, and we were selling arms to Iran. Now, with Epstein, he got involved with a guy named Stan Pottinger, who had been an assistant attorney general, who was selling arms to, he was the early part of Iran-Contra. He was the guy that first went to Ayatollah Khomeini's nephew and offered to broker an arms deal. So Epstein, and he was in business with Epstein for 3 years. They said a tax relief business, but both of them were selling arms. So I don't know how much tax relief they did. But then we know that Epstein got that huge jump in 1991 from Wexner. And we also know, but this is kind of interesting. I try to read as many Epstein articles as I possibly can. And Vanity Fair, which is a relatively sophisticated magazine, said that the reason why Les Wexner gave Jeffrey Epstein power of attorney over his vast empire was because Les Wexner was lonely.
Oh my God.
You can't make it up. Vanity Fair actually said that. And then Leon Black gave him approximately $160 million. And we are told that Leon Black gave Epstein $160 million because Epstein was going to help him with his taxes. Leon Black is worth about $5 billion, and he's got a battalion of accountants. He probably pays less in taxes than you or me. And then the latest tranche of documents does show that the Rothschilds gave Jeffrey Epstein $25 million. So that we knew that there might have been some kind of relationship because they were in the Black Book. But yes, so Epstein gleaned at least $25 million from the Rothschilds.